What's up guys, Handsome Nugget here, and today I want to share with you my secret drop technique, the VeVe March. Now I bet you're wondering what that little performance was at the beginning of this video. And I'll tell you after a little backstory. From the winter of 2009 to the fall of 2016, I was heavily involved in drumline. For 6.5 years, all I did was drum. It was my life. And I loved it. Towards the end, I was in the process of auditioning for drum corps, which is kind of like professional marching band, when I started to develop trigger finger in my left thumb. During the audition, I went from the top 2 groups to the bottom group. I was devastated. After that, my entire life changed. It led me on a completely different path, and it led me here, to this moment, so I can share with you my secret technique. Now, I do all the traditional steps when it comes to preparing for a drop. Do not disturb mode, close out of apps, remove downloadable files, sit next to the router. And when approaching a drop, I like to try and time things out. I believe it's called rhythm gate. It helped me get a little extra edge. I marched my feet. I know what you're thinking. What? Marching your feet? How does that help? I will show you. The act of marching your feet is to keep time, or tempo. 1 second is 60 beats per minute. There's plenty of free websites and apps out there for a metronome. I personally use one called Tempo, but to count 60 beats per minute consistently, for me, is so difficult. So I just double it to 120 beats, which is also the standard tempo for marching music. Hence the little video I showed you in the beginning. That was a drumline cadence I played in high school called Flat-Footed Penguin. Shout out Dan Stoner. As the drop is counting down, I sing that bass line in my head. Boom, 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 boom. That puts me in the right tempo, which helps me count down the drop, which I feel like gives me a better chance. But you're not supposed to hit on 0. It's slightly after 0. I know. And there's something drum related about that too. This is where it gets a little nerdy. So there's a drum rudiment called a flam, which is where you play a slight grace note before the actual downbeat. But there's also a hybrid rudiment called mouth, which is just flam spelled backwards. So instead of the grace note going ahead of the downbeat, it goes slightly after the downbeat. Just like a VeVe drop. So if you apply this to a drop with your feet moving, it should give you a better chance. Now, I'll be honest, ever since I hit the new year, I haven't been hitting drops that much. When I first started in September, I was hitting 8 out of 10 drops easy. Now I'm lucky if I get 1 a week, but that's what happens when the platform goes from 750,000 users to over 3 million users. It's hard out here in these streets. The VeVe March is definitely something I feel like gives me an edge, and I hope it gives you one too. Here we go.